Today I'm going to show you just how easy it is to make a juicy mouth-watering steak at home. Check it out. So anyone who's looked at any of my videos before know that this is not my usual type of video. I'm not a chef, but since we can't go out anywhere, we have to try and be a little bit creative and make videos at home. So here we go. Growing up, I've always been inspired by a famous chef from Sweden. This guy right here. Yeah, so it was through him that I was motivated to not become a chef because it looked a little bit dangerous. All right, so let's go inside and we'll try this out. So to begin with, this is not any prime cut beef like T-bone steaks or ribeye, etc. These are just regular slices of beef that you can get at your average supermarket. I think it's presently selling for about $30 a pound. Alright, so we bought about 6 slices of beef here. The biggest slice here is just about a half pound, so that would have only cost about $15. And the smaller slices are about quarter pound, which is even cheaper. They are just about a half-inch thick, so that's important to remember. After we wash the meat, we just pat it dry with a paper towel just to dry up any excess water from it. These are the only 2 ingredients that I use, some olive oil and Grillmates Montreal steak seasoning. So you're just lightly coating the meat with the olive oil. This helps it to not stick to the pan when you're cooking it, and also helps the seasoning to stick to the meat. As I've said before, I like to use the Grillmates Montreal steak seasoning simply because I like the flavor and it's very easy to use. You can just sprinkle it on and you're good to go. As soon as you season it, you can just throw it under the pan. I usually buy this at PriceSmart, but I've seen these smaller bottles in the supermarket as well. But you could season this however you like. You can go as simple as salt and black pepper, or even use fresh seasoning if you prefer. Make it the way you like it. Now I'm using a heavy cast iron pan for this. I believe it helps, but I don't think it's absolutely necessary. And I'm just lightly coating it with oil so that the meat doesn't stick to the pan. So because some of these slices are so thin, I'm going to be cooking these for just 2 minutes and 30 seconds. 2 minutes and 30 seconds, and I will use this to time each side, 2.5 minutes per side. So there are 2 important things to remember. A half-inch steak, you could cook it for about 2.5 minutes per side. If it was about 3/4 of an inch, I would probably cook it for about 3 minutes per side. The second thing is that when you take it out of the pan, you let it sit for about 3 to 5 minutes before cutting it. This allows the juice to redistribute throughout the meat for a nice juicy steak. Enjoy, guys. Now one thing I really like about this is that it wasn't very expensive at all. In fact, those 6 slices of beef only cost about $72. And if you ask me, that beats going to a restaurant and paying about $200 for a steak. Sure, it's not the same piece of meat, but it tastes just as good in my opinion. All right, so you can see, guys, that was very easy to do and very quick. I think the most important point here is the timing of how long you cook the meat. Don't base it on how it looks, just time it and take it out when it's done. Anytime you try to base it on how it looks, chances are it'll overcook, and it can be overcooked very easily and get very dry and stiff. So I hope you like that. If any of you tried it, please leave me a comment, let me know how it turned out. All right, take care.